Good morning, class. As yesterday we have started with chapter 7 haircut in English literature, but today we are going to continue with the same chapter in English literature only. We have ended the story when DNP enters the Sony style saloon. Okay. Now, in this story, as I have explained you, that DNP was a tramp being said here, and DNP, after seeing all this, he was going to the market to buy some fresh vegetables for his lunch. After DNP was sitting, while DNP was sitting to, while DNP was passing to the lake side, he was very tired. He sat on a bench, and the people passing thereby thought him that he was a tramp, and they put some coins and some money in DNP's cap. After while when DNP wake up from his sleep, he yawned and have seen that money, and he was thinking that how have he got some money, as people was thinking him as a tramp. So he thought that if he get a new hair look and trim off his beards, then people would don't think of it only. So let us now continue with the story haircut. Now today we are going to continue from page number 83. As we have ended up the chair, as when DNP entered to the Sony style saloon, I hope you all remember where we have ended. There were 5 chairs, 4 were occupied by the gentlemen and they were having their haircut. The room was burning like an oven as it was very hot. Now let us continue with the chapter. The owner was a large man with at least three chins. That owner was a large man with at least 3 chins. There was not a single hair on his head. He was not having a single hair. He greeted Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti with a bow. He bowed his head towards in front of Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti. Hello, said the owner, nodding his shining head from side to side. He was nodding his head from side to side. That means he was moving his head. Haircut, trim, shampoo, washing, beard, all. Each and everything is being done here. Haircut, trimming, shampoo, washing hairs, beard, and all. Churekanan Nangalan Paristiti wondered if the man knew any 2 word sentences. He was thinking that if he knew any 2 word sentences. As he thought about this, he looked at himself in one of the long mirrors on the wall. It was not a pretty sight. Where he was sitting there, he looked at himself in the mirror. Yes, replied Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti. Washing, shampoo, no hair cutting, trim beard, yes. Just wash my hairs with shampoo, no hair cutting, trim my beard. Sitting, please, said the man, pointing to an empty chair. The man pointed to an empty chair so that DNP could sit there. Ah, said Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti to himself, and as he sat down. 2 words, incorrect grammar. In the grammar which he was using was incorrect. But 2 words in one sentence. I hope he can do better with my hair. But he said he have used 2 words in one sentence, but I hope he can cut my hair much better. Mr. Sony, the owner of Sony Style Saloon, wrapped a sheet around the neck of Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti. The sheet covered with his chest and arms and reached almost to the floor. He wrapped the sheet around him, and that sheet could touch the floor. It was a little grubby, but Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti did not mind at that also. He had made up his mind to change himself. Mr. Sony barked an order to one of his assistant barbers. He, Mr. Sony, asked one of his assistant barber to cut the DNP hairs. The young assistant screwed. The young assistant come with a quick steps forward, carrying a comb in one hand and kicking with a sharp pair of scissors in the another. He was having in one hand he was having a comb, and on the other hand he was having a pair of scissors. He smiled as he approached and nodded his head from side to side. He smiled as he came near to DNP and nodded his head from side to side, just like his boss. The same way he was doing, the same way as his boss was doing. Now let us turn the page. We have turned the page to page number 82. Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti did not say a word. He did not say a word. He stared at his reflection in the mirror. He was just looking carefully at the mirror while Barber clicked away at the top of his head. Beads of sweat began to drip from Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti nose. The sweat was coming from DNP's nose. He had been hot outside the saloon. It had been almost hot inside the outside saloon also. He was hotter inside, like a oven like room. That room was, as outside it was hot, but the room where he came inside was hotter than outside. The inside room was heating like an oven. And to make matters worse, Mr. Sony had tucked him into a blanket, had put a wrap sheet around himself, around DNP. Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti began to nod. He began to nod his head, not like Mr. Sony, or his assistant had done, but a sleepy nod. Again, he put a sleepy nod on and put his head down. Every time his chin fell forward onto his chest, the barber yanked it upright. Every time he used to put his head towards his chest. That means that he used to bow his head towards his chest, and the barber used to pull it up. But this, don't worry, Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti. He was hot. He was too hot and tired to bother with anything. That means he didn't think about anything. He soon fell soundly asleep. He slept there also. Soundly is a right word for this kind of sleep, because Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti made an awful sound. That means while sleeping he snored. That means he used to make different sounds. He snored loudly. He was not in a use to make a sweet and a nice sound. He used to snore loudly. Half an hour later, Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti eyes opened sleepily. He yawned and stretched. He yawned out and stretched his hand, and then remembered where he was. After taking a sleep, when he wake up, he yawned and stretched his hand and remembered where he was. He looked at himself in the mirror. He stared. That means he looked carefully. He blinked. He stared again. After blinking once his eyes, he stared at the mirror. The reflection in the mirror was not one he recognized. The reflection which he was getting from the mirror was not the one he was recognized. It was not Durekanan Nangalan Paristiti, but some other man. He raised one arm and winked. He raised one of his hand and winked, just to make sure that the man in the mirror was himself. He was making sure that the man whom DNP was seeing at the mirror was himself only. Jurekanan Nanglan Paristiti leaped out of his chair and screamed. He jumped out of his chair and started shouting away. He pointed at the man in the mirror and then turned to face Mr. Sony, who was hurrying towards him. He pointed to the man at the mirror and turned to face Mr. Sony to ask something quickly. Now let us move to page number 83. What have you done? Cried Durakanan Nanglan Paristiti. Where is it? I asked you to trim my beard, not to shave it off. I just asked you to trim my beard, but you have shaved it off. That means you have removed my beard. Beard shaving, replied Mr. Sony. Use a rare two-word sentence again. Again, he used a two words only and nodding his head from side to side. Okay. Again, he was doing the same thing. He used to nod his head only. There's nothing okay about it, cried Durakanan Nanglan Paristiti, stroking and his smooth chin as he stroked out his as he was stroking like a boat. A long argument followed. Durakanan Nanglan Paristiti insisted on paying less. He was demanding forcefully to pay less to Mr. Sony because Mr. Sony had not followed instructions. He had not followed his instructions carefully. He complained that he had come into the saloon as Durakanan Nanglan Paristiti and was leaving as somebody else. He came there as Durakanan Nanglan Paristiti and was leaving there like someone else. Mr. Sony wanted more money because a great number of hairs had been removed from the customer's head. Mr. Sony wanted some more money because a large amount of hairs had been removed from there. Finally, after a long debate, a very unhappy Durakanan Nanglan Paristiti left the saloon. He forgot all about his vegetable and headed towards the bus stand. He had forgotten about the vegetables and all which he had gone to buy for his lunch. He moved towards the bus stand. He mumbled, grumbled, and cursed all the way there. He was mumbling means bite or chew with toothless gums. That means he was chewing something without tooths. Grumbled, that means he was complaining about something. Cursed, he was expressing annoyance and irritation on his face. Durakanan Nanglan Paristiti joined the queue and waited for his bus. He was standing behind a woman who was wearing a colorful sari. He was standing behind a woman who was wearing a beautiful color sari. He tried hard to get under the shade of her umbrella. He was trying to get under the shade of her umbrella because he was feeling hot. Without getting too close, the lady turned to him and spoke. Young man, said the lady pleasantly, I left my watch at home. Would you kindly tell me the time? He said, Young man, I have left my watch at home. Could you please tell me the time? Certainly, certainly, said Durakanan Nanglan Paristiti with a smile. As DNP heard the word young man, he got a smile on his face. It's time to celebrate. The lady gave Durakanan Nanglan Paristiti a very odd look. The lady gave very odd look, but he didn't care at all. Young man, he repeated to himself as he left to the queue and trotted home, still smiling. As he was moving back to the home with the short steps, he was just smiling. Written by Nicholas Horsburgh. Now, I hope this story is now clear to all of you. Homework for you all is to read this story carefully. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Thank you.